coming up on the Life is a Future podcast.
You'd be so happy and excited for something, and then one person could say like one thing bad about it, and it just ruins everything for it. Like, at least that's for me. Like, if I'm so excited for something and someone's like, oh, like, why are you excited for that? It's so stupid. Like, only like losers do that or something. I'm just like, dang.
Dang.
Like, it kind of like takes like all my all my happiness for it. Like, it's just gone. I feel like.
I feel like that's like bad though to think about. Like, one person could comment something and then like we just feel bad for like the rest of the day or for like that hour or two, and we're like, why are we caring so much about other people's opinions? Like, if we like it, then we should like not let other people say that they don't like it and then we stop liking it.
Yeah, I feel like that's so easy to say but so hard to like actually remember.
Exactly.
Hey, this is Scott Todnum, and you're listening to the Life is a Future podcast, a podcast for health education, middle school, and life in general. It's episode 7 of season 6 of our podcast. Here's this week's 8th graders: John, Alexis, Isla, Roshan, Tori, and Kiara. Check it out.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Life is the Future podcast. We're in season 6, episode 7. We're here with me, John,
Tori, Alexis,
Isla,
Kiara,
Roshan.
and today we're gonna be talking about like how pop culture and like things like that affect like teens like us and like our everyday life. So we started off like, for me, I think like for clothes, like like just like media and everything, I think that affects everybody's clothes, to be honest. Like that's how like trends are made and like what everyone wears. Like the whole like Nike Tex.
Oh yeah.
I think that was like a big thing that everybody had, because like we saw it online, we thought it was cool, and like Ice Spice said something about it, and it was just like
Expensive as hell too.
They really are.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of brands that have like got oh, I just realized what you said. I think a lot of like trends that like even like essentials is expensive. Like I think a lot of trends, they become like really expensive and we still buy them because it's like trending at the time.
Well, I feel like also the price goes up because it's trending because more people want to buy it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't look cool though. So like,
I
kinda
think
understand
even like with the Nike Tex, even like shoes, I feel like people spend a lot of money on shoes. You know?
Yeah, but I think it's like for others to look at it, because I feel like I wouldn't buy any of those things if I wasn't gonna show it off to everybody else, to be honest. Like, I think we all know that.
Yeah.
Like the only reason people mostly get it is just like for others to see and stuff, and I think that's like it's kind of like a big thing like just everybody does. It's because like you want other people to think like it's cool, you know what I mean?
I also think with that, people's like I hate that the camera's facing us or whatever, but I think that I think some people do it just show it off, and some people do it for themselves. So I think, because like some people actually have like they like shoes and they take care of them, but some people just buy them just so they could fit in with everyone else. And same with like outfits and shoes and I guess anything else that's trending at the time. Even like skincare is so random how that became like trending. No, because like there's so many like skincare
Drunk
brands
Elephant.
and stuff.
Have you
I
seen
heard
like the
about that
7-year-olds use a skincare?
Yes, like 7-year-olds use skincare. It's like you do not need skincare. You're
I
not
know.
going through puberty. Like, why do you need skincare?
Like I've heard
like,
like
makeup in elementary
7-year-olds.
school.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like expensive. Like some skincare could go like $80 just for like some lotion or like
I think it's all the
sunscreen.
Get Ready With Me's on
Yeah.
TikTok. And then people
I've seen
want
on
the same
Instagram
product.
reels like the Get Ready With Me with the 6-year-olds.
Yeah.
I was like just about to say that. I feel like kind of like the media. It's like with people having like social media at such a young age, it kind of like it influences like what they do and what they get. Like all those like what you said, the elementary schoolers wearing makeup. Like, do you really need like? I'm
It's
not-
like, do you
it's
really
do
need
makeup in
makeup?
elementary school?
Yeah.
It's like I feel like everything's getting like the age for things is getting lower. Like people are getting more exposed to everything around the
The
world.
mature
and stuff.
level.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like,
A lot of kids
yeah.
are like
Yeah.
more mature than like.
I went to the
They
store the
act
other day.
mature, but they're not.
Well, yeah, they're
really
not
mature,
more mature. They
yeah.
act mature.
What were you gonna say?
I went to the store the other day, and they like they've had toy phones, but there was like toy AirPods. I was like, that's so unnecessary.
It's like a new thing, right? It's like
Yeah.
like it's just added to everything. I think it's like that's kind of crazy too. It's like
Even like I think because when, especially like kids in elementary school, when they see something that's trending or somebody has, then it becomes like a I want that too. So it's not really like a I'm gonna do what I want to do. They think because everyone else is doing it, they should do it. So it really does become like a I can't think of the word right now. But a trend, yeah, because they see everyone doing it, so they're like, oh yeah, I want that too. And even like with phones, they're like, oh yeah, my friend has a phone, so why can't I have a phone?
Mm-hmm.
And then they put their parents in a bad situation to be like explaining like different things they don't want them to be exposed to at that young of an age.
Yeah. Do you guys think that's healthy though? Because I know like a lot of people have kind of different opinions on it, like saying like, oh, like it's good that they're exposed at a young age, so then they know in the future. But I feel like that kind of like messes. With,
I
like, their
think
normal
Yeah.
there's a
growth,
there's a level of exposure they should have, but not social media exposure, because I think they should know about it, but not really be on it as much as they are on it, because it does mess with your head a lot with how many hours they're on it, because it's constantly influenced the way you're thinking being on social media. So I mean, I
And
think,
like also the clothes that are trending, like you should wear what you want to wear instead of like
Yeah.
trying
Yeah.
to fit in.
and then
That's
people
what I
not
do.
make fun of you for
Yeah.
it.
I know. That's like, I think that's like, I think like at least every morning or something, like when I pick out clothes, I'm like, oh, like will this be normal, or like will people like say
Yes.
something about it? You know
You're
what I
like,
mean?
well, so someone say something about that?
Or it's like, is it like, will this be fine? Like I think it's like, it's just like a whole idea of how people like the image of yourself and like today, and I think that also has to do with like social media. But I think we all have social media. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Nope. Not me.
One person.
Not me.
Well, for you, do you think that like that kind of changed anything, or do you think
What?
like do you think like that kind of made like when you were younger, did you like oh my god did you like dress differently? Did you like have things like earlier before?
No, I had
Mm.
the same thing that I kind of wear now. I kind of wore it in just because of my parents. So I mean, because my parents let me kind of, I guess, pick what I want to wear, and then I also saw other people wear things, so it kind of influenced, but not as much as other kids got influenced with what they wore and stuff like that.
Well, for then like for everybody who has had it, like do you guys think that's like changed anything at all?
Definitely.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Like
Like, I feel like me having that stuff as a kid impacted me, like, growing up and then having all this, because on social media, like, it influences me a lot, and then that's how, like, I feel like in 6th grade I changed a lot from how I am now, from seeing people.
I feel like everyone has changed from 6th
Well,
grade.
yeah,
to
I
now.
mean, like,
yeah.
the
But-
way, like, social media,
but
like,
yeah.
different things happen, and then, like, I want to be, like, what they are on social media, and I feel like that impacted me a lot.
like the journey of an overthinking Hooper fit. No, I'm just thinking like there's so many like trends on TikTok I feel like that I see, and like what people wear, like oh like if you're a basketball player you wear this and stuff.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know everyone in our
Everyone's
grade wears the
wearing
same
that,
things
yeah.
and stuff. It's like, and it's like I think it's like it kind of goes to show like everyone tries to like fit in and stuff. But I
Yeah.
don't think that's a bad thing all the time though. I feel like
I don't think
like
it's
sometimes like it's kind of like a favorite baseball player or something, like oh I want to be like him. I'm gonna wear his jersey
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I feel like it's kind of like, but like, obviously there goes to an extent. You don't want to make it
Yeah.
like too crazy. You know what I mean? Like
I feel like for me at least, I've been buying like a lot more Nike. Like when I was in elementary school, I feel like I barely even knew what that was. Like I was like,
Yeah.
what
Now
is
all I want is brands,
I
like
want-
not
Yeah.
like undercover
All I
stuff.
care is about like brands. Like I used to wear like Justice and like
Dude, Justice was the brand. I don't know
Justice
what you're
like,
talking
and
about.
now I just wear all
but,
Nike
like-
and like just like branded stuff. Well, actually,
I've always worn
Not right
just
now,
all
but-
Nike. I think it's just because ever since I was like little, because like you know when you were like 4 and stuff, your parents used to like pick out what you wanted. and stuff?
yeah.
You didn't really
Remember
know
those
anything about
years,
clothes
guys?
anyway.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
know anything about clothes
obviously.
like that, but like even my parents used to just do like all Nike and all like brand name things. I've always worn like Nike and stuff like that.
I mean I love Nike though. It's
I love
like,
Nike,
it's
but also Nike. I feel like they have good material clothes that can be like last a long time.
So
like this dry
expensive,
fit
though.
right here.
It's expensive, but like yeah, like dry fit. Like if it gets like if water gets on it, then it dries. So it's good material clothes. They're
I
just
know.
expensive, and then some people just buy them just to fit in, and some people don't like the brand.
I like
It's
their
just,
tempo shorts.
All right, well moving
I'm
on.
literally-
moving on from clothes a little bit. Like, do you guys think like pop culture these days? Do you think it affects like behaviors of people? Because I definitely think that people
I think
like,
it-
act
yeah,
differently based on what they
100%.
see on like
Yeah.
media and stuff like that.
Because
Like,
even like
and vocabulary and stuff, they like glazing and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
People say-
Yeah, bro. Like I think like what people say, Riz, glazing,
oh god,
I think Riz is so
Phantom
funny.
tax. I'm just gonna. But yeah, I think like so much things are like affected by that like these days. I think like especially with people how they act and stuff. Like they try to act like how people act like online and stuff. And it's kind of like you're not saying like you don't like that's not who you are, but like you know
Yeah,
that person like
that's-
they don't act like that. Like especially if it comes from like if how they act is from someone that comes from like a certain background or something that like you know that like
yeah.
you know they don't have. It's kind of like I don't know. It makes them kind of feel like Two-Faced. I feel like in my opinion, it's
Yeah.
kind of like you're not like that, but you just like you act like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also with like behavior, I think also what some people wear people start making comments like, oh yeah, you're rich because you wear those brands, or you have all pairs of Jordans, which I mean doesn't make you rich, because some people just decide to spend their money on that. But I think it also, like, behavior wise, it does.
Or even like
opinions in
hand-me-downs. I
people's
feel like even if you get those hand-me-downs and then you wear those brands, then people might think of you differently.
I know, like,
Yeah.
I have an older brother, and like now we're like the same size. I still have some of his clothes that I wear and stuff. But I still wear some of like his clothes that fit me still, because like we're like the same size now, because like I grew and stuff. So, but like there's nothing wrong with that. I feel
Yeah,
like,
no.
'cause, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, yeah.
I feel like Slay.
Like,
like
slay.
Slay, like that was so embarrassing. I don't even know why people said that.
so much last year.
No, I think a lot of things, like a lot of trending things, when it goes like out of like the trend or whatever, it's like embarrassing. It's like, why did we even say those things? Why did we even wear those things? Like,
Yeah.
we're like, we know that wasn't even like cool. Like, it's only cool at the time because everyone's doing it. But after you're like, that was like really like, that was just embarrassing.
Like for me,
Yeah.
that's how like every like for me it's like every like 3 months is that's how I view pictures of myself. I'm like, why did I wear
Yes,
that?
I know.
Why did I
Like,
look
why did
like
I
that?
look like
It's
that? Why did I
you know,
wear that? Like,
I'm like, I just like regret everything. I'm like, what was I doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like now I'm like, oh, I'm fine now. And it's like, and 3 months later, I'm just like, I think the same thing. It's just like,
Yeah.
like my view of my image of myself and like my mind, it kind of changes. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think also with the pop culture stuff, it could definitely limit people's self-esteem because of like clothes and shoes, like all that. If they don't have that, their self-esteem gets like lowered because they're like, oh yeah, I don't fit in with everybody. And
Yeah, and I know like in our school at least, I've seen people who like sometimes they wear like the fake version of a brand, like if
yeah,
it's like,
and
you know
everyone
those like,
Yeah, like
blue-
shoes,
the
wraps,
fake, yeah, like the
Yeah.
shoes, you know, like the fake black like Lululemon leggings.
yeah.
Like I've seen people wearing those, and like I think it has a different like symbol or something, like the brand.
Yeah, there's
and like
different
those people got
brands.
made fun of so much in class. Like I'll hear it in like the back or something, and I'll hear just like groups of people making fun of them. They're like, oh, look at them with like their fake
Yeah.
things. I'm like,
It's
why would you do
it's-
that? Like, what's
yeah.
the point of that? You know what I mean? It's like it's just clothes, and like I feel like just like the fact that like people react like that. I think that's why people try to fit in so much.
Yeah.
Because, like otherwise you're gonna get made fun of and you're gonna get bullied. And I think
Definitely.
that's just like that's what sucks in like society today now. I feel like, but that's always
Yeah.
there. I feel like it's just like kind of how we can change it and how we can adjust to it. I feel like that helps. Like that's gonna help so much, especially going into high school.
Yeah, I feel like that has always been here,
Mm.
just it's gotten worse over like time, and like even
Yeah.
like now, like the next generation is gonna be bad.
Yeah, and like with the media is what makes it even worse, because instantly you can like if you post something, everyone can comment. on it.
Everyone can
It's
comment
like-
on it. It can never be
Exactly.
deleted. Like what? It could be deleted, but realistically, like someone has either like a screenshot or a screen recording. So really, it will once something's posted, it will never be like gone because
Yeah.
it's still there.
Yeah, it's like the sucks like the digital footprint and stuff. Like
Yeah.
you have to be so careful like what you say. 'Cause, like you shouldn't be saying anything bad, obviously,
Yeah.
because that could hurt other people and affect like how they feel. Because like I know like those mean comments on like someone's like post or something like that. Like I feel like if I saw that and like the person didn't deserve it at all, I feel like that would suck so bad.
Yeah.
Like I feel like one comment against me sometimes like that gets me hurt. Like imagine seeing like thousands and thousands.
Yeah.
It's like
Like the
like-
school page for the snow day thing.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my god.
Remember, like I feel like that's like the Lancey or Lancey thing.
Oh, wait.
Like the trend with Neil.
Oh, like the
Don't bring
globe
names.
trend?
Don't bring names.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
like I know someone from our school who like he posted like a TikTok or something, and it was like a thirst trap or not.
It was like a glow video,
it was,
but like
it was like a before and now, and we're not gonna say names at all, but it was like he got a lot of backlash for it, and I felt so bad for him because like everybody in the comments, like even from our school too, like I know so many people.
there's some random people too.
I know, like I
A
think,
lot of random people.
yeah, I know so many people like in like our school, maybe even here, that made fun of him, and like I felt so bad for him. I mean, like, cause like he was so happy about it too, the guy
Yeah.
who posted it, and like after facing all that, I feel like that just sucks so bad.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
social
Stuck with
media
it.
It stuck
and like
with him, yeah.
Yeah.
social
People still make
media
fun of
and
him.
like peers definitely can like they just make you feel bad. So like you could think like, oh yeah, I feel like this is like the video or this is like the outfit, and then people start commenting on it, and then you're like, oh yeah, why am I wearing this? And then it's like your opinion changes
I feel
when
like
peers
yeah, I
opinions
feel
start
like
coming
when
in.
your friends like they comment on well not just your friends, like people in general when they comment on things, I feel like they're also like stressed about like stressed out about themselves. So then they try to like distract it from themselves and put it on someone else. So then they just make the other people
Yeah.
feel bad without them actually trying to do that.
Yeah, like I know people say it's like, oh, like sticks and stones maybe break my bones, but like words will never hurt them. But like words do, man. I just started so much, but like I feel like hearing those comments and stuff, it kind of just like it just like kind of makes you feel like so defeated. I feel like it's like you could be so happy for something, you could be so happy and excited for something, and then like one person could say like one thing bad about it, and it just ruins everything for it. Like at least that's for me. Like if I'm so excited for something and someone's like, oh, like why are you excited for that? It's so stupid. Like only like losers do that or something. I'm just like, dang.
Dang.
Like it kind of like takes like all my all my happiness for it. Like, it's just gone. I feel like just like.
Which I feel like it's like I feel like that's like bad though to think about. Like one person could comment something and then like we just feel bad for like the rest of
I
the day
know.
or for like that hour or two. And we're like, why are we caring so much about other people's opinions? Like if we like it, then we should like not let other people say that they don't like it and then we stop liking it.
Yeah, I feel like that's so easy to say, but so hard to like
I
actually
know,
remember.
exactly. It's like everybody says like don't let that get to your head and stuff. It's like when that happens to you though, it's like
It's
it
in
gets to
your
your
head.
head. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like it sucks. Like I think that happens with like especially like with sports too. It's like if you're playing sports, someone like oh
Bad
why'd
game.
you miss that? Like why'd you have a
Yes.
bad game or something like that?
It was
Yes.
just one game.
Yeah.
It just is not that big of a deal.
'Cause I think we all play sports here. We all like go through
Yeah.
that. Do you guys have like anything for that?
I think sometimes it gets into my head and then sometimes someone makes a bad comment at the wrong time and then
You
it's
just
just
start
like
yelling
Yeah.
at them.
and then it's just
It's like your tipping point. You're just like if one person says something to me, I'm just gonna.
yeah, I'm just gonna
Explode.
explode. It's gonna be like
Explode.
game over there.
But I
Continue.
Wait, I literally had it in my head. Oh, I saw this thing was like one bad game doesn't define like
Doesn't define who you are and how you
Yeah.
are as a player.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
like,
And that's
think
like
a-
what I always think when I
I
have
think a
bad
lot
game.
of people when they say like, "Oh yeah, you did like so bad at that game," or why'd you do that, and blah blah. A lot of those people haven't played like sports like that. I feel like people who comment those things because it's like anyone who plays sports knows it's one bad game, it's one bad play. It happens. Nerves get the best of us sometimes, and so in practice, always we don't play perfectly like we do in practice. So I think people who say that need to like calm down and chill.
Some people
Yeah.
really don't
Like-
listen to that. Also, like if they go to like a basketball game or like a volleyball game, they see how you play. And you play like really bad that day, but
Yeah.
you're really good on the other days. They'll like make fun of you for that one game.
Yeah,
without
they only
knowing-
go.
without knowing
Yeah.
how you play like all the time.
But I feel like it's like always the people who like aren't on the court or the field. They're like you
Yeah.
know,
it's always
like,
the ones that don't play sports that have something to say about the ones.
That's what I just said.
I know it's
Exactly.
like I remember Mr. Tottenham bringing this up. Like it's always like you're watching like a Jaguars game or something like that, and like
Dude, the Jaguars suck.
and like you're talking about like oh they
Could've gone to
like
the
someone
Super
on the
Bowl.
Jaguars team did bad, and then like it's like why don't you go on the field and see how you feel and like
Yeah. So how do you guys think like people can deal with the comments? Because I know that's basically what we talked about all
Try to
day.
ignore them, honestly.
Like, yeah, like I think the best thing I would say was just like just know that like what they say like doesn't define who you are. as a
I
person.
Yeah.
think
And
people
it's, like,
say those things to make themselves feel better.
But they don't.
And I
actually do.
think while hurting someone else, I think even like by you just wearing what you want to wear, even though they're like, oh yeah, that outfit like does not look good, by you like owning the outfit or whatever, it kind of makes them feel like, why did I make that comment or whatever, because like it didn't affect them.
Mhm.
So I think when people start to do that, I think that starts to limit kind of the comments and stuff
Yeah,
like
like
that.
when you let them know that like that didn't affect you at
yeah,
all. So
when
it's
you
like,
let them know.
and then it
that.
kind of makes them think like, why did I even say that? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because usually the people they're probably just jealous of you. Like I know people just say that, but chances are they are. Like if you're
Yeah.
like if you're willing to wear like if it's like for clothes, if you're willing to wear what you wear, they're probably jealous that like about like your confidence. Like the
Yeah.
fact that you're able to go out and like wear that like, and you enjoy it. Like they're probably just insecure about themselves. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. But, I think this was like a really good like conversation about like clothes. Like, it wasn't just about clothes, but it was about how we as like students and kids like we dealt with like comments and things like that, how it like affects our head and stuff. I just think it's like it's so good to think like how we can like work on that, especially going into high school next
Yeah,
year.
but I
Yeah.
feel like that's also why little kids shouldn't be on social media.
Because
Yeah.
comments can
Because
affect them.
yeah, because even if they'll post like some random video, I don't know, maybe some troll will like go on and comment something random, and then it'll really affect them.
Yeah, because like especially if you're younger and you get one of those comments, like
you can't control.
Your emotions, like you don't have enough control over them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're older, we're all like mature, we're teenagers.
Yeah, it still affects us, but I think it affects them more because they're like
They're not exposed.
they're not exposed. They shouldn't be exposed, but like they're
Yeah.
not, and they can't control their emotions, and they don't understand like why people do that. So they might get confused. They might get confused of why someone's making comments about what they like or what they're watching. So I mean,
Yeah, I think we have like a lot of good points today, though. So yeah, but like thank you for watching. Season 7, episode 6. Or
season
six.
6, episode
6,
7.
episode 7.
That was my time to
Life
shine.
is the Future
That was
podcast.
our time
See
to
you
shine.
later.
Bye.
All right, thanks to all the students for jumping in today to talk all things pop culture and social media and influences on teens' lives. You'll notice at this point in the school year, our 8th graders are starting to become more comfortable in front of the microphone and in front of the camera. Our hosts are bringing in some of the same guests, but I think that's for comfort, and it's allowing some real good, candid conversations. I'm real thankful the 8th graders took on pop culture and the influences on teen lives. I think there's a lot there, and they got into a lot of different tangents, but I think it was all worthwhile. They talked clothing and even makeup, they talked sports, they talked social media, they talked age differences, they talked about growing up under the influence of peer pressure or what you see online, and especially the language and the trends it can create, and some of the ways that they might deal with and handle online comments in particular. You know, some of those judgmental things that might be said, or some of the looks and some of the feelings of just being in middle school or high school right now. How does that type of thing impact somebody's identity and social image? All in all, another great episode. We're gonna be back real soon with another, so stay tuned as we continue in season 6 of the Life is the Future podcast. As always, thanks for tuning in.